David, what is this? David Braben, what is this and what's it about?
Right, this little device is a prototype version of a Raspberry Pi computer. It's a little tiny device that is a computer on a USB stick. It's got HDMI at one end, a USB at the other end, and the idea is you plug it into an HDMI TV, you can plug in a USB keyboard and use it as a computer to be able to learn programming, to be able to run Twitter, Facebook, whatever, but also to be able to understand the whole process of programming. A lot of things have been obfuscated in the sense that, these days, in the sense that you can't get at them. There's so much between you and doing something interesting or creative that it gets in the way. And hopefully this device will be one of the pieces that helps change that.
The idea is that this would go into schools and would be cheap enough for almost every child to own, and then what would they do with it?
The idea is that they'd be £10 to £15, so that in theory they could be given away to the child. There would be other ways of funding it. What they would do with it is they would be able to engage in a lot of things that we're all consumers of, but not actually creators of. Understanding how you put together little scripts that might run on websites, that might filter, we all look at things like Facebook, like Twitter, also email, that a lot of kids are disconnected from. The wealthier kids in a class will have access to a computer at home. They'll have access to a mobile phone, but a lot of the kids won't, and this would hopefully fill that gap.
And you think that ICT in schools isn't really teaching them this kind of stuff at the moment?
In my day, we had a subject called typing, and that, to me, is what ICT has replaced. It's a fine set of skills. I'm not meaning to belittle it, but the ability to write letters, the ability to use PowerPoint, use Excel, is one set of skills. I'm talking about a completely different set of skills that actually ICT has ousted from schools. In the early days, in the 80s, we had computer science coming into schools. There were O-levels, there were A-levels. They've been largely supplanted by things like ICT. And the number of computer science applicants to universities dropped in the early 2000s by around 50%, which I think is a shocking indictment. And I personally put that down to ICT.
So how soon is this going to be in every child's hands?
It'll be a while for it to be in every child's hand, but we hope something will be rolled out within 12 months.